I will be brutally honest. Ain't nothing but being brutally honest. Coming at you with another video.
What is up, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Jerry G from the Mississippi, man. He's from the Who Dat Nation. What is up, my guy?
What's going on, CG? Ruthless aggression.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I come with
bro.
the...
Yeah, dude, that intro, bro, that got me hyped, bro.
That's the point of the music. It's supposed to hype some of y'all up a little bit, you know?
But I was going, man, you made me want to do something, bro.
Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure, bro. But hey, man, you know, we didn't get a chance to do the show the day before, but I'm glad we were able to do the recap. You know, I think if we had to look back at this game, I'll give you guys some credit, man. That defense was playing some good football for y'all.
They were, especially with your boy Chase Young. My goodness.
Yeah, he was coming at Purdy, man. That just wasn't fair.
just like he ain't lost a beat, you know, last year with y'all when y'all went to the Super Bowl. Previous years when he got drafted to Washington. I mean, bro. I mean, it's just that dude was just tall. That he ain't but what, 25?
Yeah, he's still young. Like he's at least 25 or is it 24? I think 24.
Somewhere in that neighborhood. But that dude was a beast, man.
Yeah, he's a monster. But
yes, sir.
No, but when I looked at your guys' defense, you guys were holding up pretty well. I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. I think when you look at your guys' offense, I think it'll start clicking. But that division is pretty wide open. But man, the Bucks are the more proven one. But I'm not really sure about the Falcons, man. I'm just not really sure. I'm not sure about them. You know, it's like okay, yeah. I mean, I would have bought into you guys last year, but man, Derek Carr just seems to not giving me the because I used to go to the same college with Derek Carr.
Over at Fresno State.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. I was looking at that. Well, I was looking at that first string offense. I mean, and they were clicking real good in the first half, but then they started going down here with the I guess the second, third, or fourth string offense. I mean, I was like they were. I mean that's a good thing. That's a good thing about preseason and training camp because you know you got to learn. You know, because the regular season is about 2 or 3 weeks away, so you know you got to get that in.
Got to see what you got with your backups and see what they can really do. Like, I don't really take I get some fans get too pumped up about it, but I'm like saying, man, what are we talking about a quarterback controversial or this or that? Like, what are we getting towards this? This is just all backups competing for a roster spot at least.
Exactly. I mean, last week, I saw something, you know, in Jake Haener, one of the backups, and Spencer Rattler out of South Carolina. I mean, in that 2-minute drill last week, CG, that dude channeled in his I don't know, Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady or Drew Brees or any of those quarterbacks. I mean, it was like after Arizona scored that last possession, and it was like under 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, and the game was on the line, and it almost felt like a regular season game, but they drove all the way down, and we got 2 kickers with us. One of them was Blake Grupe, and the other one was Charlie Smith. And that's the kicker that never kicked in an American football game before, bro.
Ooh.
And that dude came out and kicked the game winner for the win. And that dude was from Ireland.
Ooh, so an Irish kicker, damn, like one of those kind of guys. Oh, those international guys.
CG, bro, it was just like fun to watch, and you might well say he was the MVP in that game because he kicked that game winning home to field goal, and I was just like, wow.
No, I mean, you look at your guys' quarterbacks, it seems like that's not a concern for looking at the rest of the guys. I mean, Spencer Rattler, I've always thought this kid would have been good in Oklahoma before he transferred. So it's like the guy had the talent. It's just, I think he's probably going to take some time to develop. But what I saw in the game so far, he kind of shows like he's got the qualities to be your guys' franchise quarterback in the near future, maybe.
Right. But I was looking at that punter of y'all's last night, man. I would trade my punters right now for that kicker because that punter y'all got Harvin.
Oh yeah, like this guy's just in for just because of Wisnowski's injury. I don't know what's going to happen, but if he continues this impression, I think Wish might be the odd man out. We'll see.
Hey, all I know is, bro, I don't know if he related to one of them Harvins, but my goodness, that boy could kick. Didn't he used to kick for another team before he came to y'all? That's what I thought. I thought. That's where I remember him from, Pittsburgh.
Yeah. And then they let him go last year. I think they let him go this offseason or something. So he still looked like he just was able to come in because our punter was injured.
Right, because he was doing well when he was with the Steelers last year. I checked him out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if we were to cut him, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a team that's going to get him. So I don't know, but it's going to be a little. It's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough.
Gonna be like Russian roulette, bro.
like it's whatever way it goes, man. But
yeah.
The one thing that gets exciting is sometimes it's not just the roster cuts; it's sometimes those teams who pick up the guys who are cut or something like that.
You know what? I was just talking about that in one of the podcasts I went to Sunday night while watching the game. You know, because the final preseason game is coming up. And, I think cut day is like sometime next week, I believe. I think it is. And some of those players you're going to look at, I think this coming weekend, some going to get cut and the Saints going to look at them and some other players going to get cut from another team and the 49ers might do the same thing.
Yeah, there's going to be one of those guys who gets cut because it's crowded roster and maybe they fit for certain purposes for us. Like, I think that I'm going to go on a limb and say this, man. I know this may sound crazy, but I know that the Bucs just cut Randy Gregory. It wouldn't surprise me if we pick him up just right now or anywhere before the regular season. I think he's going to come in. I think he actually did it on purpose, not showing up to the Bucs. I think he was just messing with them and try to like come back to the Niners. I don't know. I have a little suspicious.
What position he played?
He was an edge rusher for us. Like he was actually the one that got a sack in the Super Bowl also.
Oh, okay.
Him and Chase Young got a sack on Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah. I'm taking the hot take, and I want to say Randy Gregory's coming back for some reason. I just think he will. Because
I think he will too. I think he will.
Because we got some injuries, like Drake Jackson, he's out for the season. So I think you want to bring back somebody who's familiar. But then we got Leonard Floyd. So Leonard Floyd's actually going to fill that void that we had with all the other guys. I mean, let's see. We got this guy from the Panthers, Yoto Mosgratos. Like he seems like he's kind of having a really good training camp with us so far. Last year in Carolina, he had 4.5 sacks, but I think the ceiling. Yeah, I think the ceiling could be higher. We'll see, man. But he looks like an intriguing one.
Yeah, and I see y'all picked up cornerback Isaac Yiadom.
Yeah, Yiadom. Yeah. Him and speaking of that cornerback that you were talking about, yeah, Yiadom was good for you guys second half of the season, man. He was having But then I heard the Saints offered him to come back, but I don't know what you guys offered him, but he took less to come here, I guess.
Yeah. It's always something like that. You mean you like the player that you see, and the next thing you know, going to another team.
Yeah, but I think this is a competition between this rookie cornerback that we drafted from Florida State, Ronaldo Green. So I think him and Yadikun will compete for that opposite of Travarius Ward spot. So that's going to be pretty intriguing.
Right.
So speaking of the competition, what's been your competition for the Saints position battle that you've been excited about?
Well, as far as I know, with the linebacker battle, because you got because I was looking at that guy that was playing last night. I think his last name is Orgy, number 58. I think he was a linebacker.
Okay.
I think that guy right there, along with Demario Davis, along with Pete Warner, he's going, and along with I think DeMarco Jackson, he is definitely going to make the cut. I mean, I don't see Orgy going to another team. I think he going to definitely make the cut. I mean, after the last preseason game on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean,
I like what he did Sunday night. I really did.
Yeah, you want to keep those quality players. I mean, there is going to be some guys who getting cut for sure. I mean,
oh yes.
Yeah, like speaking of the linebackers, bro, like I think we have a pretty deep linebacker group, but it's going to be at least a couple of guys who are going to get cut. So we got this.
Y'all got an awesome linebacking crew. I mean, especially with your boy, Fred Warner.
Yeah, it's like Fred Warner's the teacher or something for these guys or some ways, but we got this kid D Winters. He's a lock. He ain't going nowhere. Devondre Campbell, I think he's only staying because of veteran insurance. I don't think he's going anywhere else. The one guy that I would not want to see cut, but I think he might be cut because it might be a little too crowded, is Jalen Graham. I like this kid. This kid's got some good raw upside, but hopefully I'm wrong. But I do like this Jalen Graham because he had some background playing safety in college and a little bit of other positions. But then we got this kid from Florida State that we just drafted in the 7th round. He kind of had the most tackles against the Saints, and then he had the most tackles on the Titans game. So he's been everywhere on the field, but he was a 7th round pick from Florida State, man. This guy can ball.
Hey, man, that's what's up.
Yeah. And then you look at another guy, okay, like Curtis Robinson. That might be the one guy you might have to look out for, man. If he gets cut, I think there's going to be a team picking this guy up.
I mean, what position he play?
Linebacker, bro. Number 36 was making plays, man. I don't know if you saw number 36 was on the field.
Yeah, and it's another corner I was looking at, and they were talking about him last night and today. Number 36, I think his name is Rico Payton.
Rico Payton. I might have to check him out, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because I seen him make some good stops last night, bro.
Yeah, I think that's what you want to look at is good tape from these players so they can make the roster cut.
And because you need some more, because you need some of them young guys along with with that secondary that we got, with Lattimore, with Taylor, with Kool-Aid that we just drafted earlier this year out of Alabama.
Oh, I thought that guy was an interesting pick.
Oh, dude, that shocked me because because the Saints were sitting at number 45 in the 2nd round of that draft, but then Green Bay came out of nowhere and traded their pick to move us up to number 41. And like, and somebody was texting me or like posting me something on my phone like, we gonna moving up. I'm like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? And then when I saw it, I'm like, oh snap! I don't know who we gonna get. And then when they said the Saints selected Kool-Aid McKinstry, I'm like, okay, Kool-Aid. Hey, Kool-Aid.
Hey, the name kind of sounds cool and all that, but I think he's going to be really up and coming for you guys. I mean, I actually had a high grade on this kid. I actually thought he would have been a 1st-round talent, but slide. I don't know. Him and Cooper DeJean had some top grades, man, but they slid in the 2nd round. So it's like, I'll be honest. I think the Eagles did pretty well in that secondary draft, man. I think they actually fixed a little of those. Yeah, they fixed a little bit of those holes, but those guys were top 1st-round talent. But then you look at so when you look at the rest of the Saints draft, man, like I think you guys are building something for depth wise. But hey, one of your guys said hello to you, man. What's going on?
What up, Mad Drama? Again, I got to give a shout out to the chat. I see one of yours in here.
Oh yeah, what is up, Jimmy? Jimmy.
No, he definitely representing that Bay Area. I see Mad Drummer. What's up, man?
Yeah, what is up, man? What is up?
Back to the chat too. That's coming in to witness this special occasion.
Yeah, I hope one of your Bernie Mac guys comes into the comment section.
I hear you, man.
What's wrong with you, woman? What's wrong with you, woman?
I'll tell you something.
I'll tell you something, America. I always watch Bernie Mac all the time. When I was, like every. I think I was gonna get the season. My wife wanted to get that season because she never really watched it until I showed her the shows and all that stuff, and she says, "Okay, I got to get this show."
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, Mad Drummer, for coming through.
Oh yeah, thank you, Mad Drummer. Hey man, whether you're a Saints fan or another fan, man, you guys are always welcome in the chat section. But hey, Jerry's one of them loyal followers and one of them loyal Saints fans. So why not give him his spotlight? Is what I would say.
Okay. Once again, CJ, appreciate you.
Yeah. So tell me what player stood out to you, man. Just from being realistic, who needs to step up for the Saints? Just give you your standouts and who really needs to stand out for the next game.
Well, they've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks about with that offensive line that we got. Of course you already heard about Ramczyk being out for the year, and
ooh, that sucks.
And that really do suck, because of his health issues and stuff. So I don't blame the guy for stepping down for that. I don't. Yeah, Mad Drummer, the whole O line. Yes, indeed. That's what we're talking about. Especially Trevor Penny, because that's the thing. He's gonna have some of his good games, and he's gonna have some of his bad games. But it's just like it's kind of like a roller coaster. You're up, you're doing good. You're down, you're doing bad. It's just like, but you just got to maintain that. You got to maintain that. So yeah, I definitely want to see more out of Penny this year, because we drafted that offensive tackle from
Washington, right?
No, it's from Oregon State.
Oregon State. Oh yeah, you're talking about that other tackle.
Talisi Fuaga.
Oh yeah, those are the ones that it's hard to pronounce. Those Samoans, man. About
months ago, we did like a film study on this guy, and we've been talking about it. I said that's a major need we need, especially in the offensive line, because with the situation that we got. So you got that. I call him the tribal chief.
Yeah. Hey, is it okay if John Jay jumps in or not?
Yeah, he can come on in.
I just wanted to make it more of like between us, but I guess he can jump in, maybe give you your questions about the Saints a little bit. Hey, what's up, John Jay?
Yeah, my bad, CG. I thought it was because I saw the link in the chat. So
I was only doing it for him because I don't have no other way to get him in. So, but hey, he said you're more than welcome.
I appreciate it.
John Jay?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Jerry G, that's his name. He comes into the chat section. He comes in like, since you want to give him a question, man, give him a little question about the Saints, man. I know we were all watching it, right?
Yeah. So I just want to know how you feel for the 2024 season. Like, are you confident? Do you have any concerns with Carr, just in general?
Well, to be honest with you, John Jay, I am looking forward to this season, but I'm a little bit concerned, but I got a little bit of confidence in me. But I think New Orleans is going to do. Hopefully, they're going to do a lot better than they were the last couple of years, because they've been missing out going to the playoffs and stuff. And it's a good thing, because I want to share this with you and CG, that we got Clint Kubiak as our new offensive coordinator, because y'all familiar with him, because he's one of the reasons why y'all made that Super Bowl last year, because of the offensive plays that he. And I'm looking. I'm like, man, that's exactly what we need in New Orleans, and we got him.
Yeah, he's got the Shanahan rub, is what we call it, and he kind of comes from that bloodline, because
the family tree, yeah.
Well, here's one thing me and John Jay will agree on. We always thought Derek Carr was at least a legitimate quarterback, right?
I know he's not bad, you know, and I'm very fortunate because I do live just outside of San Francisco. For any Saints fans who don't know, so like that's why I got this Candlestick Park, you know, like the old nostalgia.
Yeah.
And so when he went to the Raiders, you know, they were a dumpster fire, and he did what he was able to do, and for many years they were trying to get rid of Carr, and then when finally he left and went to the Saints, like I think it was good for him. Now, I'm not saying he's Patrick Mahomes or like all those great elite quarterbacks, but he's not bad as most people say he is for some reason. It's just that he's one of those guys who like a Matthew Stafford who are on a very bad team. And when Matthew Stafford finally went, and again, I don't like the Rams. I think me and CG, we hate the Rams.
Oh, yeah, we do. But Stafford was on a bad Lions team for a while. But I think for the Saints, man, they got a defense. It's just I think the head coach is the problem, man. I just think Dennis Allen isn't it, if I'm being honest.
Now that I can agree on, because now don't get me wrong. Now Dennis Allen was good as a defensive coordinator because he knows defense. But when it comes to the head coach position, not so much. That's why he's on the hot seat this year. Because if New Orleans don't have a better season than it was the last couple of years, you can say adios to him.
Yeah, but he's kind of been like the coach. Like if he didn't work out with
drama, just like CG and John Jay don't like the Rams, you could definitely agree that we don't like the Falcons.
Well, yeah, you know, Atlanta. I think Atlanta's the most overhyped team right now. Just because you signed Kirk Cousins, just because you made all these moves, doesn't always translate, man. We remember the Dream Team Eagles team
over there. Yeah.
That Dream Team Eagles team did the same thing. We don't know what's going to happen.
Now, CG and John Jay, I'm glad you're here because I want to share a little nostalgia because I see that Candlestick Park logo on the bottom down there. But I want to share a little nostalgia with you. This is the old NFC West.
Yeah, old division when the Saints were in there. Yep.
Yes, San Francisco, New Orleans, Atlanta, and Los Angeles. That was before all these new teams came in, like Carolina and Jacksonville.
Yep.
The old NFC West. It's like you had to run it back for a minute.
Yeah, it goes like it used to be such a division where the Niners and Falcons would play twice a year, the Saints and all that other stuff. I mean, there was a classic where you guys were up by so many points, and I guess that's when Joe Montana started becoming a legend from coming from behind against the Saints like that.
Yeah, that pretty much. But it was one game that I remember my dad and I we went to, but this was back in October of 2002 when y'all came to the Superdome, and I think we were down like I don't know how many points, but New Orleans started making the comeback and they won like I don't know how many points they won by, but that's when Joe Horn was playing and Dante Starwood and those guys and Deuce McAllister.
Yeah, McAllister was a good back too, but then you had I think Aaron Brooks was your quarterback, huh?
He was. Yeah,
Aaron Brooks, and then you had, Joe Horn was coming into his own. I think he was coming in as like a journeyman with the Chiefs, and then you guys made him a star.
Yep, that's when they got the name Hollywood. And I met Joe Horn several times because they have these like different events going on down here on the coast. One time I met him at Sam's at a club, and I met him at Winn-Dixie because he was selling his barbecue. And I got it, and it tasted real good. And I met him. I met Michael Lewis. We had a black and gold celebration event here at the Island View Casino here in Gulfport. I'm talking about and Super Saints fans were everywhere. Everybody came out, but they had it inside the parking lot because it was too freaking hot to have it outside.
It had to be a way to cool in because I guess the weather's a little different in the state of Mississippi from what you guys go through.
Yeah, but see, that's the difference over there in California. So y'all got the cool spots over there.
Except the Central Valley ain't that cool, man. Don't. I mean, if Simus is even telling you otherwise, Simus lives in that weather, so he would tell.
Yeah, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
I mean, there's a different kind of weather vibe. I mean, you came from the South, you know. When I was born in South Texas, around that vibe, you know, the weather was a little bit humidity, kind of a little sweaty too, just like how you get in Fresno also. But yeah, you know, but for John Jay, man, how do you feel about the performance of the team, bro? You know?
Yeah.
Well, preseason is preseason, and well, like I'm not like a serious content creator anymore. So the last several years I've been invested in preseason. Preseason is basically like just like to get the training wheels off the bike, you know, and you know get back rolling. Brock Purdy did not have any starters, and you know,
That's fair.
of course he's gonna look really bad. Every quarterback who does not have good talents around him, and that's a good example. Like we have talent, and our talent was not playing. Dobbs, I've been saying for months, he's a good, competent backup to have, and so he played really well.
Yeah, I like him.
And at the end of the day, when it comes to like the third strings, fourth strings, a lot of those players got to step up because they could get cut, and so that's what this preseason is for them. Because the Niners are very loaded at the top.
They are. They are.
But the bottom, you know, section of the team, they have to step up to make roster spots. So, and one thing, I know I'm a little bit biased. I'm a Cal, you know, Bear fan. You know, I don't like Arizona, but you know, the Pac-12 is gone. But that Cowing guy, when he was in college,
yeah.
But for whatever the reason, he's been doing a really good job. So I hope I'm wrong, you know, about Cal, because he could be that return guy, because in college he was a good returner, but as a receiver he doesn't have the hands, but he's been producing really, really well. So that's one thing about the preseason. It shows the game film of these
What
players,
they are.
and so that's just my thoughts about that.
Oh no, Jacob Cowan is showing that he could either replace Raymond McLeod's role. I'm gonna be honest. Like I think that's his role.
Okay. Yeah, appreciate you, Mad Drummer, for coming through. I mean, I appreciate you coming by to come see me, man.
Yeah.
And John Jay, your favorite guy's here.
Oh my gosh, why?
Oh Lord.
Oh
Lord.
He's a funny troll, man. He's the funniest troll of them all, man. Him and Rudy are like my biggest fans.
He is who he is. I know a lot of Niner fans hate him for some reason.
He's always welcome. Yeah, I ain't got nothing against him.
Never mind. Whatever.
But
I just had to throw that reference for fun.
So CG, you're the offensive line, dude. For those who don't know, he showed me the pictures. You know, CG was a football player, and so
in the minor leagues, you know, in the minor leagues, if it wasn't for the serious injuries and if it wasn't for my health purposes, I probably would have still played, but wasn't in my desire, man. I had like multiple surgeries on the bad ankle, so can't even play anymore.
So you had Wayne Breezy on a while ago. That's a good guess.
Yeah. Sometimes me and him text every now and then, but I don't bother him like everybody else, you know.
But
just
the reason why I wanted to ask you is, you know, before the draft, you know, everyone was talking about, you know, the top offensive line guys, and I was a huge, you know, like people say, you know, who's your draft crush, and I said this guy may probably be a third, fourth rounder was Pooney, and so far, you know, everyone has started to realize, oh my gosh, and that's why I was so hyped up when we drafted him. And because you're the offensive line dude, so far in the games, like, has Pooney impressed you?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like Dominic Puny is just like, you know, the one thing I like about him is like his aggressive way. Like he's calm and poised when he holds. Like he doesn't even panic when he goes against certain defensive linemen. I just watched couple films of the game against the Titans. He kind of held his own against a 330-pound type of guy. And then if you look at what he did against the Saints, that one Saints defender was doing a spin move, and Puny just put him to the ground or held him pretty well. So it's like, I like Puny. I think he should be our starter. Like, I like his aggressive style. Like, he hasn't given up a single sack in college, and I think he's only going to get better. I think from looking at him, I think he's going to be a little more similar to Aaron Banks, if not a little bit better. I think the fact we got him in the 3rd round, I had a late second round grade on this kid. I really liked him as my option. You know, there was other linemen that I liked, but for whatever reason, I just like Puny a little bit. I thought he would be a good guard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, I know you had Burford. I know you're a little bit biased, but do you think Puny's done enough to take that job from him? Because I know right now Burford's hurt.
You know, I'm gonna be straight up honest about it. Yeah. Hey, what's up, live? I'm gonna be straight up honest about it, John Jay. I've been a little critical on Burford lately, but you know, I'm cool with him. So I'll say this: I think his job's already done. Like, him and Feliciano are gonna have to compete for different roles, but I think Puny's already earned the right for that starting role.
Do you think that because when we drafted Burford, he was listed as a tackle? Do you think he can try to develop a role as a tackle, or do you think he's guard material?
I think he could play tackle if they give him the opportunity, because he looked like a really good college tackle, but I think he was playing a little bit of guard in college also. But I think he could make the transition and move back to tackle. I think he's got that, but I don't know about guard no more, bro. He just doesn't seem to be a guard anymore.
Okay.
I mean, hey, but Jerry, so you were talking about your offensive lineman. So how do you feel about the other players who need to step up for the roster for the Saints?
Oh, they definitely need to step up, bro. I mean, because I was looking at these other ones. I mean, they really got to get on the same page. They have to, because it ain't gonna get no better. Because the next thing, like I said, September gonna be here before you know it. So whoever the right guys you get to step up, they're gonna play better. They're gonna play better. That's my only concern right now is this offensive line. They've been talking about that for about months about that.
Yeah, I think offensive line is mostly important for all positions, especially if you have your franchise quarterback out there. So it's like
exactly. Because you gotta have that protective offensive line, because as you saw last year, I mean, Derek Carr was getting beat up real bad because you didn't have to have enough protection to make him do what he does. So you need that. So you need that. And if they do that, then he can make more plays, make it better.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, I feel like offensive line doesn't get enough recognition for the work they do, because sometimes that quarterback, they need that time to throw the ball or something. But you know, there's quite a few interesting kind of players that are going to be on the roster cut. You know, I just saw that you guys did sign Puka's brother. What's his name? Samson Nakua.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably going to be cut, man, huh?
I don't know. I mean, I looked at him last night, and just got to give. I mean, he really got to prove it to me once again that he can make it. That he definitely got to make the squad, because we already got the wide receivers. We already got, with Chris Olave, Steve Shaheed, A.T. Perry, but I did check out that other wide receiver last night, Bum Means out of Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. Oh, that one guy from Pittsburgh that was considered a sleeper in the draft, I believe.
Yeah, I think we got him like in the 6th or 7th round, if I remember. What up, Trash Star?
What is up with everybody, man? I guess they're starting to come in a little late, but usually I prefer to just give the links to just like people on their emails, but I guess there was no way to get you into that conversation, but
that's all right. It's always a ram in the bush.
Yeah, but that's why I try to keep shows just between one-on-one, but it's okay because John Jay's always more neutral and cool and keeps it more He keeps it civil with everybody else. He likes talking, even if it's a different football team. He'll give you some. He'll play around, but he'll be asking specific questions.
Yeah,
right.
I'm not a troll. I'm not a hater. Of course, my allegiance is to my team, just like everyone. And I like to talk to football fans. I know like I watch other content, and I see rival teams arguing with one another because just like Rams fans, I tell some Niner fans, Rams fans are supposed to troll us, and we're supposed to troll them, and so I'm also a goofball, like CG says. Sometimes I get a little bit, I go a little bit too far sometimes, and I try to check myself as that, and it's good what CG does, I'm glad, because I know, he was telling me he was going to take some time off, but he's still doing what he loves to do. And that's why, I wish I can come in as much as I could because I just got me a new job. But I had a day off today. I saw you were on and I saw the link and I thought it was like a hangout. So that's why I didn't know. But
no, it was because of Jerry, because I don't think he gave you the email or nothing like that. So he just said, send it here.
I tried to send it to you, but I don't know what happened, but good thing you did put the link in the chat so I can come in and let you know I'm here.
Yeah, but if you ever, like, for future reference, you can just private like message your email. So next time, if I need a Saints fan, I'll put you in the link on your email next time. But
I got you.
It wasn't like no hangout intention. But hey, I'm glad that John Jay just jumped in. Like, I would never like neglect anybody else, but I don't go on the street as often because I've been having some issues with my laptop, so I have to get me a new one soon.
Right.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I've been taking a little bit of a break, man. So I've been kind of going through a little bit of stuff, and I had to go do some some extra shifts and stuff like that. So
yeah, dude. Not only you do the 49ers podcast, but I've been checking out them other interviews you've been doing with different wrestlers and stuff, man. I can tell you're a big wrestling fan, bro.
Oh yeah, wrestling is another kind of algorithm that I do enjoy. And sometimes that gets me away from football. When I want to get away from football, I try to find some wrestlers and other stuff and all that stuff.
Yeah. And I think one time you one of the football players had you on your interview. I think it was LeVon Kirkland. I think. Yeah,
LeVon Kirkland, the Steelers. Yeah, I got him on twice, but he's cool.
Yeah, that's one of my dad's favorite players.
Yeah, a 300-pound linebacker at least, right?
Dude, that dude is a beast, bro.
Yeah, they don't make linebackers like that in today's NFL, like 300 pounds.
No.
And covers too? Shoot.
Yeah, bruh. Yeah, and my dad's a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan since 1972. I mean, and LeVon Kirkland was one of his favorite players. One of them.
Yeah. Speaking of the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, I think this Ayuk saga is going to end. I just saw the report that actually the Steelers offered less. They offered less than 28, and I think Ayuk's backing off now.
I was going to ask you about that because I think you remember, CJ, I think it was a couple weeks ago when y'all was having your little 49ers get together. And I said in the chat, I said, there is no way that Brian Ayuk is going to be traded because that dude is too damn good to get traded to another team.
Especially on a team that's not Super Bowl contending. If they're not contending, it's only going to make it worse for Ayuk if he goes elsewhere.
Exactly. Because I'm sure, because last I heard, I think y'all was working on a new deal with him.
Yeah, I think now it's the guarantee money. I think it's the guarantee money now. They're trying to work on the guarantee money, from my understanding. But I think I was getting a lot of flack when I was even thinking of the suggestion of Davante Adams. I even said if we're gonna move on from Ayuk, it has to be somebody suitable. I would say either Amari Cooper or Davante Adams would be the option if we were to go that route.
Yep. Right. So I was reading USA Today, and so all the details of the trade packages, and so it was true that New England offered Brandon Ayuk $32 million, and for whatever the reason, the Patriots and Ayuk weren't able to get a deal done. Mm-hmm. Then it was confirmed, and I don't want to take any I don't want to say, oh, I knew it, I'm not that type of person, but I was thinking that he was under, they didn't want to pay him, and apparently the Ayuk wanted $28 million to join the Steelers or the Browns, and the Browns and the Steelers said, we're not paying you anything higher than $26 million. And when Brandon Ayuk heard that, his only other option was to go back to the negotiating table. And I think that Brandon Ayuk screwed himself up, that he could have been paid a lot of money. I know he would have been in a team that was rebuilding, but he would have got the money he wanted. And so he screwed himself up. And I lost a little bit of respect when that article came out, because it was very detailed. They detailed it. There was no BS. And then more people starting to reference that article. And so now Brandon Ayuk has realized like $28 million is probably the max that any team
you're going to get. Yeah.
And so Ayuk, do you want to like say, you know what, maybe franchise tag me for next year? And then, you know, if he has a good year, they can trade him, because I don't think he's going to get the money he wants. And I think he wants $28+ million. I think that's what happened. And it's really sad. But I've never, ever seen a player like, hey, I'm on a Super Bowl contending team. Mm-hmm. We have a good team. And maybe I could take a pay cut, you know, to get that ring. And if he wins it, then, you know, he can, you know, demand, you know, for a contract restructure. But, you know, that's just who he is.
Yeah. You know, when you look at the situation with Brandon Ayuk, right? Like, you know, the trade packages were pretty intriguing by the Patriots, because I looked it up. There was two players, and then there was a draft compensation. So there was Matthew Judon in the trade package, and then there was Kendrick Bourne in the trade package. That kind of seemed like you can get some compensation out of it. But then the Browns, they offer Amari Cooper and what is it, a second and third, what is it, a second and fifth round pick or something? That would have been a good trade, but
it didn't happen.
It didn't happen, but I would have just took that trade, because you didn't have to commit to Cooper. Cooper would have just played the 1-year deal anyways. He would have bet himself.
Right.
And he runs good routes. He would have fit really well in Kyle Shanahan, except for the blocking part, but I think he would have been coached up pretty well on that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I was trolling a lot of the Steelers fans on TikTok, bro. I was telling them, dude, you really think we're going to give you Ayuk for peanuts? No, you got to give us George Pickens or somebody.
Yeah, I heard somebody say something like that. I mean, of course, it never did happen. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so speaking of somebody, John Jay, so I'm in the works with somebody that you're very familiar with, but we might do a little bit of our own NFC West show. You haven't heard from this guy in a long time, but looks like Mr. Joe Bags is gonna make a return on this. Yeah, we're gonna work something together with the NFC West. But yeah, it seems like me and it. I think he has a new job opportunity, and he's gonna have a little bit more flexibility now.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, he could be a little objective, but you know, me and him kind of have something good, so we're gonna try to see if we can get some other guys coming in. But
yeah.
But Jerry, bro, it's got to be a good way to look at the season. You know, hopefully you guys have a good season as far as like the outlook. But realistically, I just don't know who can take the Bucs right now. I think Bucs are the clear favorite, but I could be wrong. Maybe the Falcons are the wild card, or the Saints. But we can all agree that Panthers are still rebuilding.
Yeah, they are. And now we speak. Now speaking on the NFC South, what y'all looking at in the NFC West? What y'all looking at from Seattle, of course, Los Angeles, and Arizona?
The Rams are probably like the team that's probably going to be the close second to us. Seattle's kind of like in a rebuild. We don't know what they could be with the new coach.
Yeah, that's right, because they got a new coach.
Cardinals, they're just a young football team. We don't know if that's going to be a good turnaround with the coach they got, you know? So we don't know. But what does John Jay think of the NFC West, man?
So as long as McVay is there, the Rams find a way to
get in the mix,
be a 500 team for whatever the reason. But I know maybe this is my bias, but
Papa Jay's like that.
we kind of own the Rams, and I know last year, you know, both teams played their backups, and I don't know if we should count that, but at the end of the day, a loss is a loss in the NFL. And so for whatever the reason, Kyle Shanahan always has like his assistants. Like he finds a ways to beat his assistants when it matters. Like he's beat McVay twice. I mean, he's beat the Packers coach twice when it matters in the playoffs. Of course, he has a good record against McVay. So I'm not worried about the Rams, like trying to compete at our level. The Seattle Seahawks, like I worry when we play them because like even though like they're not what they used to be,
they give us problems no matter how you look at it. Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, it is what it is. Well, with that team, there's a lot of question marks. And then, of course, the Cardinals, I think, even though a lot of people want to bash the Cardinals, I look at the Cardinals as that team that, like, even though we own them, they play us tough. They play us tough. Mm-hmm. And so last year, they played a lot of their backups against us. That's why we destroyed them. But I think with Kyler Murray back, I think it's a bit of a more fair, assessment. But I do think the Niners, this is our division to lose because I don't have any faith in any of our teams. And I do want to say this about the South. Maybe I'm not a big Kirk Cousins guy, but I don't know if Atlanta's being overhyped because, again, Kirk Cousins, I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but can the Falcons really go over the top and take that division? I think right now it's a toss-up. I don't have the Falcons. I don't have the Bucks. If everything goes well for the Saints, it might be your division, or maybe I'm just biased, but I think Atlanta is being overhyped in my opinion.
Yeah, they are overhyped because just getting Kirk Cousins and making all the signs don't mean nothing, bro. It don't really mean squat.
Exactly. Because, they've been talking about that for the last few days, CG. And, because if you heard, we had Justin Simmons in New Orleans about a week ago. And, they did everything. They took him out to dinner and all that stuff. And then next thing you know, he went to visit Atlanta,
and he saw,
and they got him. So I said, you know what? I ain't worried about that because what we just talked about earlier, that offensive line. That's what's on my mind right now. So they can have Justin Simmons all they want. They can talk about him, yippee, yeah, and all that stuff. Okay, I get it. But yeah. But always remember this. Birds of a feather flock and fail together.
No, but the one thing about the move about Atlanta, it's like we don't know how Kirk Cousins is going to be recovering from, man. He's still coming off an injury, so we don't know if he's going to come back the same way. So those kind of injuries are serious. I don't know. Was it a torn ACL or an Achilles? I don't know what injury he had, but it was something where it might have a setback if he comes back out. So we don't know if Kirk's going to be the same. But they did draft Michael Penix. I don't know what the purpose was. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they wanted somebody like Michael Penix, they could have just got Josh Dobbs, but we got him.
Yeah, and we faced this dude. Well, like you say, preseason don't count, but that's the same struggle right there because they always, when it comes to mobile quarterbacks, all you have to do is put pressure on them, and if you sack them and don't miss out, then you would have been okay. But that's the trouble with the defense. But hopefully they have it together because we when it comes to mobile quarterbacks, that's the New Orleans Saints' kryptonite. They do well if doing creating turnovers, fumbles, and interceptions, and all that. But when it comes to like mobile quarterbacks, they got to stay in that same. They got to stay in that same situation. They got to stay in that pocket in order to put pressure on them, and you sack them. That's your only hope to get out.
Yeah. Like out of this division, I think the South is pretty much like a three-way for you guys. Because I don't know, maybe the Bucks are going to still be good. But the Falcons, can that be enough to get them over? I don't know. Well, the Saints, they do have a good defense, maybe a good defense, but their offense is a little bit of, it's kind of like whatever.
Yeah,
but Dennis Allen,
it's like questioning right now.
yeah, questioning. Like Dennis Allen, I'm just from an outside looking in. I don't know if he's the guy, man. I think you need to get somebody better.
I agree.
At least get an offensive play call. At least get an old offensive minded coach. At least not like some.
Exactly, because like we were saying earlier, Dennis Allen. I mean, when it comes to defense, he's on lock. But when it comes to the head coaching, not so much.
Yeah, I think it's pretty intriguing how this is like one of those question marks. I think it's a good situation for a new coaching candidate to go to New Orleans, personally. I mean, no offense to Dennis Allen, but if you guys were to move on from Dennis Allen, I think any other coach would want to take that job in New Orleans.
I don't know. I mean, we all know Clint Kubiak. I mean, we know his daddy was a coach, so he could be the front runner up after Dennis Allen leaves. So it's gonna be determined.
We shall see.
You never know.
We shall see. But speaking of a certain player, I know we got to see a little bit of that at the end of almost at the end of the fourth quarter, like that Mordecai guy, man. I don't know. I think Brandon Allen's pretty much going to have to compete for that third spot now. What do you think, John Jay?
I think the quarterback position with the Niners, of course, Brock Purdy, Dobbs, and Allen, I think we're going to keep them. If we do keep Mordecai, probably be a practice squad for the practice, because we have never kept 4 quarterbacks. And so, again, I've been wrong before, and I'm not afraid to admit if I'm wrong. My hot take is I think we might cut him. That's my hot take.
No, I think he's going to be on the practice squad because he's still like one of those projects. But I think he's got the Taysom Hill kind of project look. How the Saints got Taysom Hill. I think Tanner Mordecai, he has that kind of he can be a package play just like Taysom Hill.
Right.
Yeah.
And with that change-up, we already know what Taysom Hill can do. Ever since he came to the Saints, I mean, the dude. He kind of remind me, CG. He kind of remind me of Cordell Stewart. Y'all remember Cordell Stewart?
Oh yeah, he was one of those quarterbacks that was kind of like an athlete kind of quarterback. Yeah.
Wide receiver. I mean,
everything you name it. Yeah.
But this guy right here, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end,
gutter.
Bro, they say Taysom Hill does it all.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind like they do in college. I wouldn't mind play both offense and defense.
Yeah, I think that's what we look at. I think there's one of those kind of quarterbacks that we use in gadget plays. But yeah, Cordell Stewart was way before his time, a guy that was very athletic, could do everything. Mm-hmm. I think with Mordecai, you can use him in different ways, but I think he's going to have to be on our practice squad. As much as Brandon Allen, bro, I just think he'll probably just stay, unfortunately. As much as I don't think he's good enough. I don't even think Brandon Allen is good enough to make the roster, but I think Kyle will only keep him because he's a system kind of guy. So he'll probably be a third-string quarterback. I think it's Josh Jobs' number 2 job to lose.
Right.
Now cornerback competition between Yadicum and Ronaldo Green. If we can see Yadicum play the last preseason game, then maybe we might have a little debate on this one. But I think Ronaldo Green kind of made a strong case.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what this season look like, man. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of twists and turns this year.
For sure, man. For sure. Hey, but we've been going on pretty long, and my phone's kind of like getting low on the battery since I'm kind of like just going on the phone. But yeah, Jerry's been a lot of fun. But hey, John Jay, I'm gonna get everything going. But hey, if you guys ever want to check out Jerry, man, go look up Jerry G. He's a Saints fan. One of those guys that comes in the comment section, always kind of shows his respect. Even though he's a Saints fan, we used to be a rival, but not so much hate, man. Not so much hate.
No, not so much. The only time when we meet up again is when we play each other like every other year.
So I do have to address one comment. I don't know how CG feels, but it says 49ers Ultimate Report worries about the Rams stat roster. Maybe I'm biased, but we kind of own you guys for some reason. Jim Everett the Great or whatever his name is. And so you don't have to like my take, but again, I know other people block them for some reason. I've never blocked them on my channel, but I have to disagree with Jim Everett the Great. And
Jim Everett's trolling, man. He's got to be trolling.
It's not all day.
I think I remember Jim Everett playing for us. I think if I remember correctly, I remember him playing for New Orleans as well. I think after he played with Los Angeles, I'm not sure how it happened.
You guys had some of those weird quarterbacks going to your guys' squad unexpectedly, like even Ken Stabler went there, and nobody even noticed he played for them.
Yep.
Now you got Derek Carr. Maybe he might have a resurgence. We'll see. But I've always kind of been a fan of Carr, even though from outside look at it, But I think it's just because he was put on a bad team. I think with the Saints, maybe give it a year, maybe he will turn it around. Yeah,
I think he will. Just gotta be patient. Hopefully things will work out better.
Yeah, I like. I'll be honest. When I looked at your guys' roster, I did like some of the guys you guys got. Man, Jordan Mims, I watched him like the other season at Fresno State, man. He seemed like a good baller.
Yep. Yeah, I like Mims.
Yeah, Mims is a baller because I seen him play running back at Fresno State. I was at that other game like a while back, and he was like the running back there. Speaking of another guy, Jake Haener, I've always thought he kind of seemed like a decent quarterback, but he doesn't seem like he's going to beat out Rattler for the number 2 job, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, and one of my guys that was in the chat, J Live 504. He's a big. I mean, over there we call him like the president of the Jake Haener Club because he loves some Jake Haener, boy.
Jake Haener, yeah, I've watched him.
If Jake Haener do something, he was like, "Hey, y'all see that? Y'all see what Jake did?" I said, "Yeah, we saw what he did."
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Kenny? But if I had to be a president of something, I think John Jay will agree on this part. I am the president of the Juwan Jennings Club.
Facts.
Yeah, because I'm the one that keeps throwing his name out there a lot, and I think he's gonna have a good season this year. I think the fact that Ayuk missed some time, that's gonna definitely open some opportunities for Jennings to get more targets than expected.
Got you.
And I think it's Yosin, bro. Yosin was a pretty solid backup we had at cornerback.
What's up, Kenny? I didn't see him. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, Kenny?
Oh yeah, Kenny. Like Kenny from South Park. I'm just playing. Oh my God! Thank you, Kenny.
Before the show ends, college football's here. I just want to shout out my Ohio State brother with CG.
Oh yeah, hey! I'm glad you mentioned that, John Jay, because college football is back this weekend, baby. Finally.
So, what team you go for, Jerry? Wait, are you an Alabama fan or a Mississippi or which one?
Well, I don't have a huge, big time favorite, CG. I just watch it.
Oh, you just watch it like a fan.
I don't do too much of LSU, Alabama, Ohio State, Penn State, whatever college it is. I mean, whatever who plays. I mean, I just watch it just for the fun of it.
Oh, I think Jim Everett's already gonna. I think you can see. Yeah, but you know what, man? I think we pretty much covered everything we got, man. But good luck to your Saints, and if we do have a little hangout, you can just jump in like you always do, man.
Always, man, and always. And thank you once again, CG Ruthless, for inviting me to your channel to chop it up with you for the recap from the game Sunday night.
Yeah, nice. we were supposed to do the preview of it, but schedule kind of went off. But things worked out for the better.
I understand, and it's nice meeting you too, John Jay.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you, buddy. And it was great, talking to a Saints fan. Don't know too many Saints fans, but it's always good to get your perspective. I do wish your team well. I don't know what's going to happen with our team. As I said before, if I had to bet who's going to win the South, I'm going to go. It's a toss-up because I think Falcons are being overhyped for some reason, and the Carolina is a rebuild. So I think it's a two-team. Again, can Baker do it because they lost.
Hopefully, I'm wrong about this, Jerry. But I have to say Tampa Bay. I don't know. It's just I trust them more because of the experience. But maybe the Saints will prove me wrong. But I don't know about. Oh, he said Atlanta. Oh, okay. Jerry's gonna give you a little field day, man.
I ain't worried about that right now. We'll see what happens in 4 months.
Yeah. Hey, but your good old buddy Slitter's thinking about the Super Bowl hype with the Falcons. I don't know.
Yeah. I appreciate that, Jim.
All right, man. Hey, it was a good thing, man. So we'll definitely catch up sometime. Hey, hopefully you know what? Hopefully we see the Saints in the championship. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping for, man.
Hopefully,
I could be wrong about the South, man. It's a toss-up. It can be one of them, but I think it's Tampa Bay because it's by experience and because of Baker Mayfield. I trust Mayfield.
Right. And Jim Everett, the great, said Saint symbol is clean. I'm gonna share that with you real quick before we leave.
Okay.
That picture right there that you see next to you, that was a Christmas present from last year that I got, and it say New Orleans on the front. I mean, it's not like the actual players wear what you see every week, but as long as it say New Orleans on the front. And it say my name on the back. That's all that counts.
Yeah, and for him to represent the Saints, man. But hey, if anybody wants to have a Saints fan with good history and good knowledge, man, go to Jerry G, man. I'm pretty sure he can give you the breakdown of his honesty, man.
Hey, yes, sir. Yeah,
like
I said once again, CG, appreciate you having me on, my brother. And once again, John J, nice meeting you. And shouts out to the chat. That's filling up. I mean, shouts out to the 3 people from the Who Dat Nation that came in. Shout out to my guy Mad Drummer, to J Live 504 and Trapstar 318. Appreciate you 3 for stopping by to cheer me on, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah. They ain't coming here to hate, man. They all come here to show some love, like they all say.
That's right. Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And don't worry, John J's probably gonna subscribe you, and maybe Kenny and all. I think Jim's gonna look for you too, man.
Gotcha.
Well, I think CG will appreciate this. Like our good friend, rest in peace, Corey Davis. It's going to be almost a year. We lost him. He was a big faithful. He would always remind us, go 49ers, and we have to say F to those Rams fans.
Look, hey. like I say F the Rams, I say F the Falcons.
No, but actually for some Saints fans, there's some that are still upset about that Rams NFC Championship game.
Yeah, but that's water under the bridge right now. I'm focused on right now.
Yeah, that's true.
And I know, and I'm still hurt from when Alex Smith threw that touchdown pass to Vernon Davis. That really broke my heart in the division.
Oh man, they went into a shootout.
Bro, it was coming down to the wire, bro.
It was a classic for the ages. It's still even talked about as one of the greatest playoff games.
It still is. I mean, even though it didn't work out the way I wanted it.
It always comes down to that. But, let me tell you, man, you got even with us on this game. I think if it wasn't for that penalty on Ahmad Brooks, man, you guys took away our number 1 seed spot in that 2013 season, man. If it wasn't for that call, man, I swear, you guys returned the favor on us that year.
Yeah, it's like, but I do remember that man, we almost put up 100 points in that game. I'm talking about
the one in 2019 where it was like a shootout, but everybody kept questioning about Garoppolo if he can come from behind, which he kind of had a shootout with Breeze.
Oh, bro, I mean, especially at the end with your boy George Kittle. Oh my God, that really broke my. Man, that dude's just a freaking beast. I'm not going. I don't speak for every tight end that's in the NFL, but if I had to choose one that's balling out, year in and year out, y'all be your boy number 85 and George Kittle.
Oh yeah, Kittle delivers. But yeah, dude, we've been going on pretty good, man. Hey, Terradome, what's up, Terradome? Hey, go definitely check out Terradome. He's one of them. He one of them Niner fans from North Carolina, bro. He got some love for the Who Dat Nation in some ways.
And I know probably people in the West Coast are going to be sleeping. He does a show at 7 p.m. my time. I think 10 o'clock Eastern, his time in the morning. So check him out if you guys are up that early. He does great content. Yeah,
he does. Oh yeah. Yeah, I still kind of always come up with this controversial, but you know, if Ahmad Brooks, hey, I want to see if I can get Ahmad Brooks on it. Maybe he can send me that picture of that autograph sign with the way he did the Brees. I want that as my collection.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, but Brees, let's be honest, Brees was a hell of a good quarterback, man. Hall of Famer for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think Brock is the closest. Like, I'm not saying he's the next Drew Brees, but he's the closest to the process, because when you look at how Brees is a quick process thrower, not the biggest quarterback and all that stuff, that's what everybody looks at Brees at.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree with the Terradome. Brees is dope. Hey, hands down, bro.
Yeah. So, hey, man, we had a good time, and we'll definitely catch up. And for John Jay, hey, definitely go check out Jerry G, man. He'll be in the comment section, man. Terradome, go check out Jerry G. If you ever want to talk some mix of Saints football, go ahead up my guy, man. He's more than free to do that.
Hey, man, appreciate the love, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. And y'all be sure to check out my guy CG Ruthless, because he do not only he, like I say, he does great 49ers content, but he also do wrestling. He do all kinds of stuff, man. Just be sure to check him out, man. That dude's a legend.
Yeah, you know, I don't just go on YouTube for the hell of it. I'm pretty big on TikTok, actually. Pretty big.
Hey, more power to you, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll do. Drop him in the chat. All right, I guess Terradome's going to be one of your subscribers, man.
I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the love, guys.
All right. No, you can look at Jerry's comment on one of the community tabs. You'll see it. It's on there. Or unless Jerry can drop a comment quickly and he'll sub you up.
I think I can do that. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, just drop a comment. They'll all sub you up, man. Everybody go sub up Jerry, man. He's a good Saints fan, a respectful one, not one of those delusional hating Saint fans. You know, not one of those guys. I've seen a couple of those Saints fans coming at me before. But you guys are, or whatever, you know. Some of them have that little mentality, but nah, Jerry's more like,
Nah, I'm different from everybody else.
Except for your Bernie Mac guy, man. That they call him the down. What is it, Saints Uptown or something? That dude's funny.
Yeah, Saints Uptown. Yeah, that's my guy.
He reminds me of Bernie Mac, the way he talks. Like, what's wrong,
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good morning, America.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. I say Bernie might be gone, but it's
maybe Saints Uptown was under the soul. All right, let's just leave you a comment on there, and they'll get you, and then we can end it from here.
Yep. Great show.
Yeah, great show for sure. I think I got to get a message response from Mr. Joe Baggs, so I think he's trying to get something figured out.
All right.
Oh, let's see. But did you leave a comment, Jerry, or not?
I did, but I don't think you can do. But I can type it in. Hold on a second.
Okay. Because I think they just want to get you, but everybody go sub them up, and I'm pretty sure Jim Everett will find you. Like, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Jerry, just one of them. I think Jerry's just like how you are, John Jay. You're just trying to be a fan at this point.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I think Jerry goes on certain podcasts every now and then, but he doesn't go on all of them.
Oh man, look. Some of the Saints fans call me OG everywhere. Because I tell you why. Because every Saints podcast that I see on there, I go. Somebody calls me the OG of all Saints podcasts. I've been doing this for like the last 5 or 6 years. To go to different platforms, you know, showing love and everything. But right now it's just like it's like family, bro. It's like family all over.
Man, if Hey, one of these days I want to get Mr. Uptown, man. I got to get him one of these days just to get his little knowledge, his OG knowledge, man. He seems like the kind of guy that knows his
that's
stuff.
the minister of defense.
Yeah, like, what's wrong with you guys? Or he'll be
no, to the Browns.
He says this. It's who that nation for life.
Yeah.
The way he said it sounds funny, bro. Like, he just sounds like Bernie Mac.
Yes, he does.
Oh, man.
No question about it, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I guess we can call it a day, man. Whether you get the comment or not, we're all good, bro. But John Jay will call it a day. Oh, yeah, there you go, guys. Wait, did he...
Yeah, he dropped it.
Yeah,
Wait, do I have to put him as a mod? I don't even know if I have him as a mod.
Yeah, you can have me as a mod. I mean, that
Oh, okay, so you guys can click in and go subscribe to him. And if he ever sees you guys go on your little hangout, maybe he'll jump in randomly. Who knows? He's one of them dudes. He'll jump in if he feels the need to, if it feels like a good conversation.
Yeah.
I don't think he just goes to any random hangout if it's nothing but negativity. I don't think he'll jump into that.
Yeah, I think you have to be a moderator to drop your.
Oh yeah, hold up, I got you.
All right.
Let me come right. That's what I was saying. I need to get you as a mod.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Then I'll resend it.
Okay, hold up, man. Let me get off my stream, and you guys can come right back. I'm having issues with my.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, man, it was good talking to you, my man.
Yeah. But I got me a new job, and over the summer, I had to stop doing content creation because work is more important, and I live in the Bay Area. It's very expensive to live out here, so so I haven't been doing a lot of content lately. So
I appreciate it, Terradome. Appreciate that.
Yeah, Terradome's a good dude. I don't know if you're up early. Well, for me, it's 7:00 in the morning. He does shows at 10 a.m. because I think he's in one of the Carolinas or Virginia. I apologize, Terradome, if I forgot. Yeah, he's really knowledgeable. Sometimes he drops links in the chat, and he brings people in, and they have really good conversation. He also does other great content. So just letting people know, like, check out Terradome. Check out Terradome.
Will do. Yeah, and I'm gonna check you out, Terradome, when I get a chance. I got you, bro. Got you.
Yeah, because I know they'll be talking about the Saints and Niners. Yeah, and he does a lot of good film breakdowns. Very knowledgeable.
Got you. Yeah. Oh, appreciate that, David. Appreciate that, my man.
Oh, that's my friend David Corona. Yep. Yeah. He lives in Southern California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's the only 49er fan in his family.
Oh, the only one? The Lone Ranger?
Yeah, he's the Lone Ranger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So, like, because he lives in Southern California, they show the Rams games, so he can't get the Niners games.
Right.
So that sucks for him.
Yeah, I understand that.
I won't get it in for some reason. Something's wrong with my damn computer.
All right.
I'll probably just send you the moderator party the next day or something, and then I can put the mod into it. But but Terradome or David Corona, you could just get onto his channel and link it here if you want.
They just subbed up to me, so we good.
All right, man. We'll call it a day because I got to get this phone charged, and then David Corona, you go to my TikTok hangout, bro. I'll probably do that another day. He likes my hangouts mostly. I think David Corona likes my hangouts better at TikTok. He says I got a lot of those other guys. All right, let's call it a day, man. So good luck to the Saints and
good luck to the 49ers.
Hopefully we see each other in the NFC Championship game. That's what I want to see.
Hopefully, let's see how this season goes.
We'll see how it goes, man.
Hopefully in January of 2025, maybe a favorable NFC Championship at the Dome or at Levi's. It don't matter to me.
It don't matter, even the Superdome, even though the Super Bowl is going to be played over there.
Yep, on February the 9th, 2025. That's when Super Bowl 59 will be held at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, we're gonna call it a day, and God bless everybody else.
Mhm.
Same